We all know those old superstitions, like don't walk under a ladder, or a black cat crossing your path, or you break a mirror, you get 7 years of bad luck. Well, we might be adding another superstition to that list at the end of this tale. You all know how I work in a cemetery by now. Yeah, another one of those stories. Well, one day, we were preparing for a fresh grave. Everything was going to plan: locate the plot, dig the hole, come back later to bury the departed. Usually we have a set location we discard the extra dirt from. What we do is, so the burial mounds aren't so high, is that, we take a little excess dirt off and dump it into the lake. It's kind of a nice little perk having a cemetery right on Lake Huron. Ashes to ashes, wave to wave. On one particular burial, it was late when I got back to bury the hole, and I was feeling a little lazy. So, instead of dumping all the dirt into the lake like I was supposed to, my lazy ass decided just to dump it in the back of my truck and save it for another day. I kind of wanted to get out of there before I had to pay the hearse driver a couple of quarters to leave me alone. If you guys listened to my last tale, you know all about the hearse driver and how I try to avoid that creepy guy. So getting out of the cemetery and headed home, about half mile down the road, I got a damn flat tire. Well, luckily I had a spare and everything changed tire with. I thought, no biggie, just another day. Well, a little longer down the road, it frickin' happened again. Another damn flat. I mean, come on, what kind of bullshit is this? This time a different tire. So it's not like I had another spare up my ass or anything, so I frickin' had to limp it home. Yeah, so that problem was definitely gonna wait till the morning. So the following day, I went to the shop right next door to my place and got 2 very well-used tires. I mean, they were so bald, they had like no tread on it. I mean, it's not like I'm rolling around in cash working at a cemetery. It was a good thing I had the day off anyways and had nowhere to be. Now, really looking forward for the rest of my day off. I just wanted to sit in my apartment with the blinds closed and just watch some TV and do absolutely nothing. It was gonna be perfect. I decided I was gonna start the afternoon off with a nice hot shower. Nope. Only cold water for this guy. The boiler must have been down in the apartment complex. I'm like, screw it. Let's just put on the TV and see what we got. Nope. Wi-Fi connection is down. Couldn't even do that. And then I'm like, alright, so screw it. Let's just watch YouTube off my phone service. Well, that didn't last long because my battery drained and it just did not want to recharge. It took all frickin' day. Giving up on relaxing my apartment, I just decided to go fishing. Just rather have a line in the water than doing nothing. Well, I was definitely wrong. I snagged on every rock, branch, or whatever Lake Huron had to offer, and then my freaking fishing pole decided to become a bird's nest. You guys know what I mean if you fish. I gave up. Trying not to give up on my day, I figured, you know what? I can just head to the library, grab a book, and go home and read something. 3 paper cuts later, I finally just gave in and gave up for the day and decided to order something from town to eat and just go to bed early. The next morning came, and believe me, my luck didn't change. I ran out of gas on my way to work, and the day just kept going on like that. I mean, my head is hurting trying to remember every little thing that went wrong. Met up with the head caretaker a little on after that day and started venting to him a little bit, and he just started chuckling and be like, "Ha! What'd you do, step on a black cat or something? You must have pissed something off, boy." I mean, I don't know who I would have pissed off. I'm by myself 90% of the time. Whatever, I thought I just ended my day and made it back home. Later that night, while I was laying in bed sleeping, I had the strangest, terrifying dream. I was dreaming I was driving around the cemetery roads in my truck, and this sinkhole just appeared beneath me out of nowhere. The sinkhole kept growing larger and larger and was swallowing my truck. I couldn't drive out of the sinkhole, I couldn't open my doors, and just when panic started kicking in, I saw an army of bony hands grabbing at my truck and pulling me deeper and deeper into the darkness. I woke up in a panic, just gasping for air, but I was choking on something, and I swear I could feel dirt in my mouth. Starting to rub my head in confusion to see if I was awake or not. I'm telling you, I could feel freaking dirt in my hair, and next thing you know, I could just feel it all over in my bed. I jumped up and ran into the bathroom to rinse my mouth, and yeah, sure as shit, I was spitting out something black and crunchy, and I decided to hop in a cold shower because I still had no hot water, just to rinse the filth off my body. If you guys listen to my previous tales, I'm sure you know what I did next. Yep, it was time for another camp out in my truck. Walking out to my truck, I was greeted by, my part-time cat, as I call it. She ran straight past me and wanted to jump into my apartment through the patio door. Usually she's out all night hunting, so, she seemed a little spooked about something, figure it's probably just coyotes, so I just let her in and continued to my truck. Well, when I got closer to my truck, I was stopped in my tracks. I could see this jet black figure sitting in my passenger seat. I was in shock. I could not move. All the hair on my body raised, even my legs to my arms. I could feel the temperature in the air drop even more on that cold October night. When my legs and brain finally started working again, I turned right around, went right back into my apartment, and joined the cat on the couch for the night. Well, morning finally came, and I was a little hesitant to jump in my truck and head to work. You can't blame me. But I put on my big boy pants and my work boots, and I just headed out. On my way to work, the inside of my truck just felt awfully cold, and even with the heat on full blast, it was just still cold. Well, that's of course, my damn heat didn't work anymore in my truck, and I just thought to myself, great, more of this shit again. Well, I arrived to the cemetery and drove past that fresh burial we just did a couple days ago, and that made me remember I still had that dirt in the back of my truck from the burial mound. I stopped to glance at the dirt in my rearview mirror, and I got the biggest jump scare of my life. I saw an old man in a dark blue suit reaching for me from the back of the seat of my extended cab. I just slammed the truck in park and I flew out of it. In my panic, something in my head told me to get rid of that damn dirt out of the back of my truck. So I threw down my tailgate, grabbed my shovel, and just started throwing it all over the damn place around the cemetery. No set direction. I just started flinging all that dirt out of there. Except for the last scoop. I scooped up the last bit of dirt and walked over to the burial site. I had to walk because I was well out of breath by then. I spilled the dirt over the top of the grave, and I apologized and wished him a peaceful afterlife. Just then, I looked back to my truck, and I saw the old man outside of my truck. He gave me a little wave. Then he just dissolved right into the air, right out of sight. I wish I could say that was bizarre, but I think I'm getting used to bizarre working here now. Just to be safe, I went over to a working well, hooked up a hose to it, and washed every little crumb out of the back of my truck. Now, I was feeling at peace, leaving the cemetery and headed home. About a mile down the road, I saw the head caretaker's truck on the side of the road, and so I pulled over to aid him. I asked what happened. "Well, I'm not sure. The damn thing just died. I've been having a little bad luck today myself." So, this story was The Cursed Ground. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a comment and let me know, and I'll keep writing these short stories and posting them for y'all. But what have we learned so far from my tales? I think we need to start writing down our own set of rules. Rule number 1 from my first tale: if you smell any perfume in your truck while leaving the cemetery, you do not go straight home. You just drive around until it's gone. Rule number 2: always tip the hearse driver. And now a third rule: never leave cemetery dirt in the back of your truck. You guys know what happens now. Well, that's it for me tonight, folks. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. It'll tickle me fancy if you subscribe. All right, I'll see you later.